doxed me on their live, proceeded to put in a ODSP report on me because I
What?
am on ODSP and stuff. Yeah, she did it on live. And apparently all my information was given to her in the chat. And like it's posted. I posted the video clips of it on my profile here. It's like
Go after someone on ODSP. You're taking away their livelihood.
yeah, because they're all up in fucking ours because my boyfriend is French and live in Quebec and I spend a lot of time here. I still have a residence in Ottawa. You know what I mean? I still pay my taxes in Ottawa. I still fucking have Ottawa healthcare and everything else is Ottawa, Ottawa, Ottawa. Like, you know what I mean? So whatever report she put in obviously didn't work because I haven't even heard from ODSP, but whatever. Because I'm on ODSP and Canada Disability Benefit because I worked, right? So I get so much from Canada Disability and then ODSP makes up the difference.
That's something I haven't gotten yet is the Canadian one because I didn't know that I had to fill that out. So
yeah. And because of the extent of my disability, like I got both these disabilities without review. It's considered long term. Like my disability is not going to get better. It's not going to change.
I'm not like my DID isn't something you can fix in 2 weeks. Like you know what I mean? I'm like I had 2008. I've been on ODSP. So do you think I'm working anytime soon?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I rely on my government. Unfortunately, I hate the fact that I say that, but because of my mental health, they've taken away a lot of the things that that any normal person would be able to do.
Yeah.
Like you guys, some people can't work. Some people can drive.
And what are the, like, is there even repercussions for somebody who does that? Like, what if they reported, let's say, like, unfiltered to ODSP or something, and it just causes, like, an interruption? You know what I mean? Like, because it finds,
for that.
because he finds, like, they find out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
because then his whole
ODSP
livelihood is put in jeopardy because he relies on those payments. And if they don't come in on time, it's gonna fuck up his life.
Like ODSP,
and then it's all for nothing because ODSP might just put a pause on it and investigate it, and then they're like, "Oh, nothing came of it. You'll get back pay and stuff, but for the hardship of that time."
Yeah, no, usually ODSP will contact you and then say, well, we need this document or that document or whatever to.
And you have a certain amount of time to get it to us as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so they won't like interrupt your payment.
No, they'll say for right now your payment is stopped until we have this proof.
Yeah, but as soon as you send in the document to your caseworker or whatever, and they confirm it, they'll boom,
it'll be released.
Yeah.
And if you're on, one thing what I like is you can call ODSP on me, but once they see that I'm a lifetime person, it usually doesn't go that far.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't fuck with my money. That's one thing that's all I got, right? So why would I fuck with it?
Yep. And like for me, at least I've got Canada Disability that also kind of backs up my claims, right? Like that's harder to get than ODSP, Canada Disability. Yeah. And I got that came through first, and then ODSP just basically said, yep, you're approved without review because I'm considered long term, right?
Yeah.
So like the big question when Sammy was doing this, they were talking about, so, you know, I think people on welfare too and ODSP, like on your benefits, it says you have to check that box if you're outside of the province for more than 10 days or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't have to do that. Like it's not required of me to check that box to get my payments because I'm considered long term. It doesn't, yeah. So they couldn't get over the fact that, you know, I said, I don't have to check that box to get my benefits. So they were a little butthurt by that, I guess.
Oh, probably.
And like even back to like doxing someone, like saying somebody's address, right? It's not just the people who like right now I can see there's 11 people in the live, but there's probably people watching in the FYP. Oh, and then there's people who like don't even know the situation or something. And then somebody says my address.
Yeah.
And then somebody who I don't even know, maybe not even be related to the situation, who just thinks like now I'm a piece of shit shows up at my house, and it puts my kids in jeopardy. Like if my kids were home and they seen somebody come here trying to fight me, I'm sure they're gonna be traumatized.
Yeah.
See, the funny part is, I tell people my address. I give them my address because if you want to spend money and come visit me, please do.
Yeah, like I mean, they think that I'm all in this big uproar because they put my name out here on TikTok. I'm not. Listen. When I first started TikTok, I absolutely did have my full fucking name in my username. It was Jennifer. Listen, and when Sammy was doing the ODSP report, I was watching it live. I was live at the same time. And as she was doing it, I spelled out my whole name for her just so that she would have it right. I'm not worried about my name. Do you know what I mean? But I've got this other person dropping my boyfriend's name. She went on my Facebook, she found the name, and now she's dropping his name all over the place in her lives and other people's lives. I'm not even there. I'm not even around, and she's doing it.
And if I'm not mistaken, doesn't your man not have TikTok?
No, like he's on TikTok. He has it, but he's not on it. He has no fucking videos. He uses it to watch videos, and that's very rare that he's watching videos on TikTok. He's not, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, listen, drop my name, dig at me, come after me. I could care less. But if you're going to come after the people around me in my life, like my kids or my partner or whatever, that has absolutely nothing to do with it on here, that's a different level for me.
I had my real name on here too until I started going into Humi's lives. And then I was like, I said to them one night, I was like, I don't know, like, I'm probably going to change my name because I don't feel comfortable having my real name up here now that I know what the other side, like, does to each other.
Yeah, and my page, like, my videos here had a lot of videos with my kids in it and stuff like that. And it took Ash, that girl Ash that popped up in Humi's live last night. She made a dig at me about being a shitty mother and not doing anything for my kids. To me, that's bringing up my fucking kids. Whether it's to dig at me or not, you brought up my kids. I went right onto my TikTok page and I removed all the videos that had anything to do with my kids. I'm like, I'm not going to allow you to get that close. And I've learned and I've seen how much they go after kids when they say, oh, you know, kids are off limits. But anyway, just 1 second. Doses, good morning, sweetie. And how are you this morning?
Morning. I'm good. How are you? Pardon?
I'm good. I'm good.
I was going to say, are you better today than you were yesterday?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, yesterday was a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And then I feel bad because I think some people kind of came at me talking that I probably kept the conversation going longer than I should have.
You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
And I'm like, no, I just want
I'm hoping
to elaborate on how much I think that we all need to come together and stick together and protect you. Like it's about you. So whatever it is that you need us to do, we're willing to do to keep you safe.
I really appreciate you, Jenny. Thank you for everything you did yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah,
Any time that. Okay, GM. Thank you, hon.
Thanks for having me up, and it was nice to talk to everybody.
Anytime, sweetie.
I will tell DM every time about Venom so she can tell those guys.
Yeah, and even after Venom dropped last night in Humi's live, I did continue a little bit in the chat about who Venom is from my perspective. You know what I mean? And Humi was respectful. He didn't fucking say shit to me because I was doing that in the chat about Venom. Like he kept saying, like, I don't know. He's like, well, Venom just comes up here and he does his Bible thumping thing and Christian thingy or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah.
They'll figure it out. They'll start to see
That's what I
it.
said. Their church with you guys and devil with us.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what exactly Dose is, and that's what I said to you. I'm like, listen, you know what? You guys can see Venom for what he is but you know what? Eventually, you'll learn on your own. You'll see it.
Everybody sees it eventually.
Absolutely.
You can't hide it.
And that was one thing that I was there. Like I said, I was called into these lives to address something else, and then within 5 minutes, Venom is right behind me. So I'm like,
Because he's a creeper. Always watching women.
yeah, no, for sure. And like he'll go on and say, oh, he doesn't record and all this stuff. Guaranteed he's recording right now.
Bet you. He records everything, bro. I don't know what that guy does. Like, it's so creepy.
And then he posts it and it says, he says, oh, look, I got them.
Right? Right? But yeah, he doesn't record. And then yesterday, like, you know, he watched partied and recorded my live yesterday. And it's just like, I thought you didn't record though, Venom. I'm like, that's what you keep saying. And then tried to put me in a not bad light, but say in my live, like, I'm going to be held liable for anything that happens to anybody, blah, 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 because it was in my live.
Oh, guaranteed.
Wow.